So it's all fucked up, but that's the way the system works. So Susan Goff, head of psychological operations at Boeing, who knows what that means, but it does make sense that Boeing would have an office of psychological operations, because anytime somebody needs some kind of psyop, the military doesn't have the capability, and they're going to hire somebody. So who are they going to hire? They're probably going to hire the prime contractor, Booz Allen Hamilton.
And the thing that originally struck me with this is that information was so easy to find. Like, this was a super, it seems like a super lazy debunking job. And I thought, like, this is so stupid. It has to maybe be like a reverse psychology thing, you know? Like, it seems so silly to me, and maybe you think differently, that we would test EMPs or have the ability to, like, covertly wheel up this giant EMP to the front gates of Malmstrom Air Force Base and set it off.
Yeah.
And then also EMPs, I don't know for sure. I'm not an expert on EMPs, but I don't think you can set it off and, like, shut down all the nukes, and then miraculously they'll all come back online within 10 minutes.
Right. So there's a couple things that are being confused. And I don't know if they're confused in the documentation, or if they're confused by the Wall Street Journal, or if they're confused in some other way. The equipment that goes into the capsule underground, that equipment is shielded against EMP, because an EMP creates permanent damage. When an EMP goes off, it destroys all of the electrical components that go into transiting electricity across, like, a motherboard or a chip. So they create permanent damage. So you don't want to set off an EMP around your nuclear weapons, because yes, they're shielded, but do you really want to test to see if they're shielded? Because you could take them offline forever. You could make it so that you have to, like, replace the motherboard of a nuclear launch control capsule that controls 10 nuclear warheads. You lose control of all 10 of those warheads.
Right.
So the EMP theory it's highly unlikely that you would test an EMP near operational weapons, especially since it's a commercial product. Boeing created the whole thing. They have testing sites in Nevada, Arizona, Utah. Right. They have Southern California, out in the desert, where you can put the same component that's underground, and you can put an EMP and you can test it right there in the field, right? Without having to be anywhere near operational weapon systems. That's how these things happen. So if EMP testing was occurring, it wouldn't make any sense to do that in an operational weapons field. You would do it somewhere else.
Right.